What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back for another video, and it is a Toronto Maple Leafs post-game review of the Toronto Maple Leafs 5-3 loss to the Buffalo Sabres in Buffalo in the preseason, and was this game 4 of the preseason pretty much. Now, here's the thing. The Toronto Maple Leafs played okay, but there was a lot of parts in this game where I was kind of like, they're just kind of hanging in, but it's the preseason again. I'm hoping that as the games go on, we'll see people take steps and get better as it goes on. Now, just quick summaries of the game. Michael Hutchinson and Carter Hutton started Michael Neuwirth started this game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He had 20 saves on 22 shots. Michael Hutchinson took over in the third period, and he had 7 saves and 9 shots against. Carter Hutton played the full game for the Buffalo Sabres. He had 29 saves on 32 shots. Now, just going over the game here real quick, the first goal of the game was scored by John Tavares. Kapanen made a nice little kick there to the front. And Tavares hit it home. At first I thought Kapanen might have kicked it in, but then Sam Reinhart scored. It wasn't a very pretty goal. The defensemen were out of place. And by the way, the Tavares goal was assisted by Kapanen and Muzzin. Reinhart's goal was assisted by Eichel and Colin Miller, who looked very good for the Sabres tonight. In the second period, Victor Olofsson scored on the power play. You got to stay out of the box. Again, this goal wasn't the greatest either, but it was assisted by Jack Eichel and Rasmus Dahlin. And then Pierre Engvall got one right back for the Toronto Maple Leafs from behind the net, the first of 2 goals that happened from behind the net, and that was assisted by Kasperi Kapanen. In the third period, Jimmy Vesey had a wicked shot after a great pass from Sam Reinhart. Vesey snapped it home, bar down. It was just a really good shot. I mean, Hutchinson didn't really have much of a chance on that one. It was a really nice goal. Then, after a massive hit by Jake Muzzin, Trevor Moore scored shorthanded. It was a pretty nice goal. I'll give it to him. I mean, Muzzin made a pretty nice hit, and that's what made the goal even sweeter. But from behind the net, Moore scored that one shorthanded. That was assisted by Freddie Gauthier and Jake Muzzin. And the Gauthier line is something that I wanted to talk about because it was Moore, Gauthier, and Spezza, so Spezza was on the wing. We'll have to see if that continues as the game goes on. Victor Olofsson scored his second of the game, assisted by Sam Reinhart, and then C.J. Smith scored an empty netter, assisted by Evan Rodriguez. So 5-3 final score. Like I said, just some notes on this game. Muzzin looked okay at times. I believe it was the last, like the 4-3 goal. Muzzin didn't really look too good. He gave up the puck. Harper, again, didn't impress me, but Babcock seems to really like him. Gravel got into a fight, a little bit of a tussle there. There was a big hit on Tyson Barrie at the end of the game. Wasn't the best hit, I would say, by Ristolainen, but again, he usually goes after Leaf players. In the past, he's done that before, but I'm sure he wasn't trying to make a bad hit there. Jeremy Bracco didn't really stand out for me this game. I think that overall there wasn't really a ton of players that really stood out. I think Freddie Gauthier had a decent game. I thought Kapanen was doing fine out there. Justin Hall looked okay out there. I didn't mind him. Mitch Marner, Tavares, and Kapanen collectively as a line, it was an alright game. Marner didn't really have his best performance out there, but he's not going to be fantastic every single game. I thought Muzzin was pretty decent tonight, except for that one mistake that he had. But a lot of players didn't really show me anything, and that's the thing. It's like when you watch the other group of defensemen that were playing, like, you know, besides Muzzin and Barrie, because we know that they're locks, you know, you want to see something from guys like Schmaltz and Harper that make you think, okay, maybe they have a shot of at least improving this team. Or like Gravel or anybody. And you're not really seeing, you know, these defensemen separate themselves from the pack, whereas Rasmus Sandin yesterday, like, he looked great. He was out there moving around in the offensive zone, making good back-checking plays. Timothy Liljegren at least will make a couple decent plays every once in a while that will make you notice him. Hell, even Martin Marincin at least is getting involved in the play when he's out there. If it's a mistake, you know, he's not a fantastic defenseman. I don't think he's that great, but you know some of his advanced numbers look decent for some reason. I don't know how, but at least you know you can notice him out there. And it's like with some of these guys out there on the blue line, they're not doing anything. They're not really showing you anything. And I think that the Leafs really want some of these guys to stand out and step up. And Babcock seems to think that Harper has stood out in one of the games. I don't think he has at all. I think that he stood out in a negative way. But we'll have to see where it goes. I'm not a coach. I'm not a GM. I'm just a fan and a guy who loves watching hockey. So if you're new, make sure to subscribe. I'd love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 7,000 subscribers. I appreciate all of you as always. If you're a fan of not, just the Maple Leafs, I talk about all NHL teams, so make sure to check out my other content. And I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.